Hey Jimmy, so we just finished our bass lesson and just wanted to run over some of the stuff we talked about. We talked about how a bar and a measure are the same thing. A bar and a measure are the same thing, just different words for the same thing. And how every bar is made up of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we talked about how every bar can also be divided up. It can be counted like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's like a subdivision happening. And then the pattern we looked at was playing on 1 and then on and of 2. And so so by that I mean 1 and 2 and 1 and, sorry, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then we did the exercise going from G to C. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then we did the walking up the scale, and this is actually a good thing to do. Make sure, by the way, that you're always alternating between these 2 fingers. And as I had said before, a really good practice is just to spend time. You know, always your thumb is resting here, and then you're alternating this. And this is a sort of a separate practice. You're not doing anything else. I'm just holding the guitar up here. This is actually something you can do when you're watching TV, like you're not really doing anything. And you obviously make sure it's not plugged in, and then you just go back and forth because you want to make sure that your fingers really get used to this motion. And so it's really good to spend at least a couple minutes at every practice doing that. It's very simple, but you want it to make sure it's nice and even notes, and it's not like it's not really inconsistent sound. It's sort of a similar sound, but you get your right hand used to doing that because you always want to use 2 fingers. You never want to get to be a single finger plucker because that's something. Now when you're learning something new, you might default to single finger plucking, but the more you practice alternating back and forth, the sooner you will get used to, your brain will just automatically do this, and this is the proper way that you navigate through stuff. So anyway, back to that same pattern, 1 and 2 and, with the walking up the G scale that you've learned, it would be 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 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 etc. Okay, and then, but you felt that. So it is good to count just so you understand kind of what's happening, but as with anything in learning, when you're actually thinking about what you're doing, it slows you down. But you want to have a consciousness of what's happening in terms of the breakdown of the beats. The other thing we learned was the blues, right? So the blues, I'll make that a separate tape actually. I'll make that a separate video.